Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Hey sister, let's jam. After my training session today. Awesome one. It might be a little loud because it is a beautiful day and windows are down, sunroof is down. But let's have a conversation about what's really holding you back from stuff, right? This could be a really simple conversation, but this could actually, the simple shit matters, right? Simple shit matters. But I come out of my training session today with Rob and he pushes me fucking hard. Like, I'm not training to fight anymore, but I'm training for life. And I feel very comfortable if any man or woman ever tried to hurt me or my children, that I would be able to defend myself and take care of me and my kids. No problemo. I'm telling you, and I used to maybe say that in the past, like, oh, I'll kick your ass kind of thing, but like, no, I really do feel it. I really do. If my fight training did anything, it did that for me, but it's done many things more than that. But I think of like how far I've come along with my training, how hard that I like really pushed myself. We were talking about swimming and stand-up paddleboarding, which is something I just started doing. I have a feeling it's going to be my new obsession. I've talked about then in one of the podcasts this week is that I'm doing 7 days. I'm now on day 4 of being either in or on the water because I'm so pulled to water. I mean, Jesus, I named my youngest son Kai. Kai, by the way, means water or ocean in Hawaiian. How about that, hey? In Maui, Hawaii, a place that we love, one of our favorite places on the planet. But in or on the water, and so what that means is I'm either going to be swimming in the pool, floating, because I do sensory deprivation floats once a week now. Actually been doing it for over the past year, but now I do weekly, or I'm going to be on the water, so stand-up paddleboarding. And I'm thinking about all these things that scared me. Like 2 years ago, what was I doing 2 years ago? It was the beginning of July 2016, and we were selling a whole bunch of shit, getting ready to move here to Victoria, because we just moved here a little bit less than 2 years ago. July 31, we rolled up on Victoria, stayed overnight at a hotel, moved into our home the next day. And I think of that really, was scary for me to start. And actually, you know what, I forgot. In the end of May until, I guess maybe mid-July, maybe towards the end of July, I met with a trainer at actually at a mixed martial arts. And we just boxed. But I met with him, his name was Mike, for maybe 10 times and then moved here. But it really wasn't. Like, I was just so green in training then. So all the progress I've done with that, swimming, which is something that, I could swim before. I always kind of explained that it was this like hack, this quasi breaststroke kind of, I could probably keep myself afloat, can't breathe underwater, didn't know about blowing bubbles, any of that kind of stuff. I remember one of the first times when I started doing swim lessons about 6 months ago, and my first coach that I had, and she's like, we're gonna blow bubbles under the water. I'm like, here, I gotta close this is just so loud, crazy loud. And I'm like, what do you mean? We're going to breathe under the water? How do you do that? Like, I literally was just I didn't understand any of this stuff. So naive, so green when it came to swimming. And how today, when I went to the pool early this morning to swim and did laps, and laps for me has kind of been like I'll warm up and I'll do like flippers with flutterboard, and I'll do like a lap, and then I'll do just one flipper, and then the other foot one flipper, kind of just to warm up my legs a little bit. I suck at kicking, by the way. I have strong legs, but kicking, not my forte. I kick and it feels like I barely move, but it's getting there. But then I would start to do front crawl, which is really, that's the biggest thing, is I wanted to learn how to do, like, be really proficient with front crawl so I can just do laps. And today was probably one of the first times that I actually swam the entire length without stopping. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, if you swim, an Olympic-sized pool, you hit the red line, right? That's about 2/3 of the pool down. I don't know how many meters that is. I think a length is 50, or is it 40 meters? So I guess maybe it's 30 meters in or something. And then I'm like, I'm just going to keep going. Just relax, Karen. You got this. And so seeing my progress in that and how much more comfortable I now feel in the water, to the point of my husband and I leave on a plane for Maui next Friday, 8 days from when I am recording this. It'll be probably a few days away from you listening to this actual episode. And in the past, like, snorkeling has been like a no for me, because I do not feel comfortable in the water. We had an experience years ago where we were, I think we were on a cruise, and one of the ports was somewhere in Mexico, and we went snorkeling like off a boat. Like, this is different to you snorkel off a boat in the middle of the deep fucking ocean, and like I panicked. And ever since then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to snorkel. Nope. And so this trip, I'm saying to Ed, I'm like, let's get snorkeling gear. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yep. I feel really comfortable in the water now, you know? And I think, man, what held me back all those years? The stories that I allowed my mom to cement into me that says, be afraid of the water, because she was. I love my mother dearly, and she did the best with what she knew at the time. And it's interesting because I didn't find out till like a year and a half ago that she had a near drowning incident. She's never told me that. And I was like, what do you mean don't get in the water? What do you mean don't put your head in the water? What is this whole thing? I always thought it was like a pollution thing, because we grew up in the 70s, and like it was around then that we used to like swim in lakes and these little quarries and stuff like that. And it would be like someone would, there'd be a bunch of kids that would swim there, and then suddenly everyone has massive diarrhea, or they're like throwing up and sick. So it started to be around a time when you had to be really mindful of where you were swimming, because of a lot of the pollution that was starting to be apparent at these places that were clean to swim in the past. And so how far I've come in swimming, and then started stand-up paddleboarding. Took a lesson. My husband got me board for my birthday about a little bit over a month ago. I finally went out, and I didn't go out for a month. And then I finally went on Saturday, this past weekend, and my legs were like jelly, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. Did it. It was like it just felt amazing. I'm like, what was holding me back from that, Went out yesterday, feels such a pull to the water now, It was like the middle of the day, and I had about an hour and a half before I had to go pick up my sons at their summer camps. And then I was like, I really want to get out there. It's so beautiful today. Like, the water's cold where we live, Pacific Ocean, but it's cold. It's not like Maui Pacific, like it's cold Pacific Ocean here on the West Coast. And I'm like, I'm gonna get out. Fall in the water, like the water kind of like lapping up over the board felt really nice and cool because it was such a warm day. Shorts and my bikini top, and like it was amazing. And so what is holding you back? Like, what are some of the stories? For me, it was like, no, I'm just not a good swimmer. Like, I didn't start swimming at an early age, so therefore I can't do it. I grew up in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And so East Coast, beautiful city, capital of Canada. Those of you that are American, give you a little geography lesson. Beautiful capital city. And it's where the Parliament buildings are as well. And so most people growing up in that area, they start skiing. They basically pop out of the womb and they put them right onto skis. They ski in the winter. And this was before snowboarding days, by the way. Snowboarding coming in the 80s, maybe late 80s, maybe. But I had this story that said, well, since we moved when I was 8 and I never really learned how to ski, therefore I can't really ski. And I never really have. I mean, I've been a couple times, cross-country ski. Sorry, it doesn't really count. It's not the same as downhill skiing or snowboarding. But yet it's something that's really held me back. What's held me back from writing this book that I'm writing right now 6 years ago, and really a feeling like back in my late 20s of like, I feel like I need to write something. Is it fiction? Is it not fiction? Like, give me a sign. Tell me what it is, And so it held me back. Well, I don't have a story to tell. And I don't have, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to write about? It's the same thing that held me back from podcasting initially too. And now I've been podcasting for 4 years. And I look back on all those experiences. And by the way, I share these not to say, wow, look at all the shit that I've done. I mean, I feel proud of myself. So maybe somewhat look at all the shit that I've done, but that's more for me. It's not as a bragging or, but humbly I say this and that those experiences have changed me. When I've decided to simply move and to go and to do things. For regardless of if it scares me, regardless of if I think I'm not ready, regardless of the stories. When I finally got to a point in different times in my life where I just said, you know what, I'm tired of the bullshit stories. I'm tired of saying I'm never going to really learn how to swim all that great, and that's just fine because I don't need it, but yet I'm watching my kids take swim lessons and start to like really learn how to swim and love the pool. I mean, my boys inspired me to get in the pool and say like, I still have this story? This is crazy. I'm going to break this right now. I want to go swimming with my kids. I want to go snorkeling. I want to do all these fun things. So here's your more tip for today. Like, I just really want you to think about this. What is holding you back from this one thing that you're wanting to do? Maybe it's something when it's, about your health or fitness. Maybe it's something with nutrition. Maybe it's a conversation you just simply want to have with a best friend or your husband. Maybe it's something you want to teach your kids. It's something in regards to business. Like you want to, I don't know what that is, but what is that thing? I know that there'll be something right away that you go, this thing. I always talk about doing it, or I think about doing it, or I've been journaling about doing it, or I plan to do it and then I just don't do it. What is that thing? And so here's 2 things I want you to journal. Number 1, so one, identify the thing. Number 2 of this, I guess. Number 2 is what is the story that's been holding you back from taking action, from pulling the trigger? And then here's the 3rd thing. What is it costing you to hold on to that story, sister? Like really, like what has it cost you? What is it costing you to hold on to that story? Because it will be costing you something, I can guarantee you right now. And I know that for some of you, I'm going to ask this question, you're going to go, no, I don't want to think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Because if we become clear as to what we're losing from not taking a step, from saying I'm not ready, from holding back, from shining your light and stepping into your greatness and you inspiring who you are to other people, you need to know what that's costing you. And it's not to a point of to guilt or shame you or anything like that. It's just for you to understand of like, listen, sister, life on this planet is short. It's short. It is. I believe that our soul continues on. I believe that we're in this physical body, this like skin suit for a period of time, and life doesn't stop. But as far as the time that we get to hang out here on this beautiful planet called Earth, man, it is such a gift. A lot of people don't get this gift for a long period of time. And you and I have that. And how are you going to use it? So, hell yes, what is it costing you? And you can take a look at that, and you can go to a place of guilt and shame and, oh my God, and regret and all this kind of like insanity, or you can go, okay, tell the truth. Not easy. I'm telling the truth here. However, this is what I plan to do about it now. However, this is what I want to change about this now. However, this is what I'm going to do to actually do the thing that I want to do now. So what is that for you? Answer those 3 questions and see what insights really come clear for you, sister. And then for you to be able to do this work, not alone, this is what I designed the sisterhood for. So I want you right now to head over to drkarenosram.com/sisterhood, and you can join us, say, for the first 7 days for free. That's my gift to you. After that, by the way, it is so inexpensive. Oh my gosh. $47 a month. $1.50 a day. You are worth it, sister. You are. You can even do an annual membership and you actually get 72% off. Must have lost my fucking mind, hey? Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, if you're not subscribed to the newsletter already, do that. I'm going to send you some amazing video trainings, and you get to get first dibs on the book that comes out as well. So that's at drkarenosram.com/action guide. And number 3, I have about, 50-ish journals left for free. That's the Woman Wanting More limited edition journals. And you can still get yours. I won't be buying any more. This is not a marketing sales thing. They're literally sitting in my basement, ready to be given out to you. So you take care of a little bit of shipping. I take care of all the rest. And I'm going to send you some other really beautiful Woman Wanting More swag with that. So to get your free journal, head over right now to drkarenosram.com/journal. Or is it journal or is it free journal? Oh God. This is because it's been so long since I've really talked about this. So I'm like, I want to give away these journals. Okay, so you're going to try both. drkarenosborn.com/journal, drkarenosborn.com/free journal. I think it is free journal. And otherwise, you can also click on the I if you're listening on your iPhone. That'll bring up all the show notes. And if you do get the newsletter already, then you're going to get it all in the newsletter as well. You'll get to click up a link. Okay, sister, I will talk the next episode. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.